Samantha slammed the door of the yellow cab, her heart pounding like a war drum, as she stared at the faded Brooklyn brownstone where her mother had vanished from her life 15 years ago. "You left me with Grandma because you couldn't handle being a mom?" she shouted, tears streaming down her face, the words ripping through the quiet street like a gunshot. In that instant, as her mother's shocked eyes met hers from the doorway, Samantha knew the reunion she dreamed of would unearth secrets darker than abandonment. The autumn leaves crunched under Samantha's boots as she climbed the steps, her suitcase thumping behind her like an unwelcome echo of the past. At 32, she wasn't the scared 17-year-old her mother had left behind anymore. Grandma's passing last month had been the catalyst, the old woman's final letter urging Samantha to find your mother, forgive what you can, and understand what you must. But forgiveness? That felt as distant as the California coast she'd called home all these years. Elena opened the door wider, her once vibrant face now lined with regret and something softer, like hope. "Sammy, God, you're all grown up." Her voice cracked, arms opening instinctively. Samantha hesitated, then stepped into the embrace, inhaling the faint scent of lavender that hadn't changed. It was a hug 15 years in the making, but it felt fragile like glass ready to shatter. They moved inside, the house a time capsule of faded wallpapers and dusty photos. Elena busied herself in the kitchen, brewing coffee that smelled too strong, too real. "I didn't expect you so soon," she said, avoiding Samantha's gaze. "The letter. I thought you'd call first." "I didn't come for small talk, Mom." Samantha's voice was steady, but her hands trembled as she set down her bag. "Grandma raised me after you bailed. Said you had personal issues." "What the hell does that mean? Drugs? Another family?" Elena winced, sinking into a chair. "No, nothing like that. I was lost, Sammy. Your father and I, we were never right. He left when you were 2, remember? But it was more than that. I had to figure out who I was." Samantha paced, her mind racing. She'd built a life in San Francisco. A graphic designer with a circle of friends, weekend hikes in the hills, and a string of casual dates that never stuck. But the hole her mother left? That never healed. Figure out who you were. By ditching your kid. Before Elena could respond, the front door creaked open. A woman entered carrying grocery bags, her short blonde hair tousled from the wind. She was striking mid-30s with sharp green eyes and a confident stride that filled the room. "Elena, I got the oh." She stopped, glancing between them. "You must be Samantha." "I'm Bryn." Samantha's eyes narrowed. "And you are?" "Bryn lives here," Elena said quickly, her cheeks flushing. "She's a friend. More than that, actually." The air thickened. Samantha felt a spark of something unfamiliar. Curiosity mixed with unease. Bryn set the bags down, extending a hand. "I've heard so much about you. Elena's been nervous all week." Samantha shook it, noting the warmth, the firmness. "Wish I could say the same." As they unpacked groceries, apples, bread, a bottle of wine, the conversation stumbled along. Bryn was a teacher at a local high school, specializing in literature. She quoted poetry effortlessly, her laugh light and disarming. Samantha found herself drawn in, despite the tension. "So how long have you two known each other?" she asked, slicing cheese for an impromptu platter. Elena and Bryn exchanged a glance. "About 10 years, Bryn said. We met at a support group." "Support group?" Samantha echoed. "For women dealing with identity issues," Elena murmured. "Sammy, there's so much I need to tell you." That night, as rain pattered against the windows, Samantha lay in her old childhood bed, the walls still adorned with faded posters of pop stars. Sleep evaded her. Downstairs she heard murmurs, Elena's soft sobs, Bryn's soothing voice. What was their story? And why did Bryn's presence stir something in Samantha? A flutter she hadn't felt since college. The next morning, over pancakes, Elena began to unravel the past. "When I left, it wasn't just about your father. I was confused. In love with someone I shouldn't have been." Her eyes met Bryn's across the table, and Samantha's stomach dropped. "Wait, you're lesbian," Elena said, the word hanging heavy. "I realized it too late. Grandma knew, but she thought it was a phase. She convinced me to leave you with her, said it'd be better for you not to grow up in that kind of home. I was weak, Sammy. I believed her." Betrayal burned in Samantha's chest. Grandma, the woman who'd baked cookies and read bedtime stories, had hidden this? So you just gave up? Bryn reached out, her hand brushing Samantha's arm. It wasn't that simple. Elena fought depression for years. When we met, she was finally healing. Samantha pulled away, but the touch lingered. And you? What's your role in this fairy tale? Bryn smiled sadly. I love your mother. We've built a life here. As days blurred into a week, Samantha explored Brooklyn, wandering Prospect Park, sipping coffee in hip cafes. Bryn joined her sometimes, sharing stories of the city. This place changes you, Bryn said one afternoon, as they sat on a bench watching joggers. It forces you to face who you are. Samantha nodded, her guard softening. Bryn's passion for books mirrored her own love for design. They debated classics over gelato. Elena watched them bond, a mix of joy and fear in her eyes. But cracks appeared. One evening, Samantha found old letters in the attic, Grandma's handwriting, urging Elena to stay away for the child's sake. Rage boiled over at dinner. She lied to me. Said you didn't want me. Elena broke down. I did want you. Every day. Bryn mediated, her calm voice an anchor. Families are messy, Samantha. But love persists. That night, unable to sleep, Samantha knocked on Bryn's study door. Can we talk? Bryn looked up from grading papers, her eyes warm. Always. They spoke for hours about loss, identity, the pull of unspoken desires. Samantha confessed her own struggles. I've dated men, but it never felt right. Women scare me. Bryn's gaze held hers. Fear is the thief of joy. In that moment, under the soft lamplight, Samantha felt seen. Truly seen. The following weeks unfolded like a tentative dance, each step revealing more of the fractured mosaic that was their family. Samantha extended her stay, citing work flexibility. Her freelance design gigs allowed it, but deep down, she knew it was the magnetic pull of unfinished business. Elena shared photos from the lost years. Her in therapy sessions, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, rebuilding herself brick by brick. I wrote you letters, she admitted one rainy afternoon, pulling a shoebox from under the bed. Never sent them. Too afraid. Samantha leafed through them, yellowed pages filled with apologies and dreams. I wish you'd fought harder. I know, Elena whispered. But I'm fighting now. Bryn became the unexpected bridge. She organized outings, a trip to the Met, where they marveled at impressionist paintings, colors blending like emotions. Art reflects life, Bryn said, pointing to a Monet. Blurry at first, but step back and it makes sense. Samantha laughed, a genuine sound that surprised her. Bryn's intellect challenged her. Their conversations delved into feminism, literature, the nuances of love. One evening over wine on the stoop, Bryn shared her own story. Grew up in a small Texas town. Came out in college, lost my family. Moved here for a fresh start. Does it get easier? Samantha asked, staring at the stars peeking through city lights. Bryn's hand found hers, a platonic squeeze that sent sparks. With the right people, yes. Elena noticed the growing closeness, her smiles tinged with worry. Bryn's good for you, she said one morning as they washed dishes. But be careful. She's my everything. Samantha paused, suds dripping. I'm not here to steal, Mom. Just to understand. But understanding brought storms. Digging deeper, Samantha visited Grandma's old friends in Queens. Mrs. Harlow, a gossipy neighbor, spilled over tea. Your grandma was devout. Thought Elena's lifestyle would corrupt you. She threatened to cut her off financially if she came back. Back home, confrontation erupted. You let her control you. Samantha yelled at Elena. 15 years. Elena sobbed. I was broke, depressed. I thought it was best. Bryn intervened, pulling Samantha aside. She's human, Sam. We all make mistakes. Sam. Samantha echoed, the nickname softening her edges. In Bryn's arms, a comforting hug. She felt a dangerous warmth. Why do you care so much? Because I see myself in you, Bryn replied. Lost but strong. That night, dreams plagued Samantha. Fragmented memories of her mother leaving, Grandma's stern face, and Bryn's green eyes promising solace. Waking in sweat, she wandered downstairs, finding Bryn reading by firelight. Can't sleep? Bryn asked. Samantha shook her head, sitting close. Tell me about you and Mom. How it started. Bryn closed her book. We met at a group for women coming out later in life. Elena was raw, vulnerable. I was healing from a bad breakup. It was slow coffee dates, walks. Love bloomed quietly. Samantha envied that quiet certainty. I've never had that. Bryn's eyes searched hers. You will. When you're ready. The air shifted, charged. Samantha leaned in but pulled back. I can't. You're with her. Bryn nodded, conflicted. I know. Tension simmered. Elena sensed it, her jealousy flaring during a family dinner. You two seem cozy, she remarked sharply. It's nothing, Samantha lied, guilt gnawing. But it wasn't nothing. Walks with Bryn turned intimate, sharing secrets, brushing hands. One day in Central Park under golden leaves, Bryn confessed. I feel torn. Elena's my partner, but you're awakening something. Samantha's heart raced. This is wrong. Is it? Bryn challenged. Love doesn't follow rules. Betrayal loomed. That evening, Elena found them talking late, voices low. What's going on? She demanded. Nothing, Bryn said too quickly. Elena's eyes narrowed. Don't lie to me. The argument exploded. Accusations flying. You're falling for my daughter? Elena cried. Bryn faltered. It's complicated. Samantha fled to her room, tears flowing. How had reunion turned to this? Grandma's warnings echoed. Chaos from that lifestyle. But no, this was human messiness, not orientation. Morning brought apologies. Elena hugged Samantha. I don't want to lose you again. You won't, Samantha promised, but doubt lingered. Bryn suggested space. A weekend trip for Elena and her to reconnect. Samantha agreed, using the time to reflect. She visited the Brooklyn Bridge, wind whipping her hair, pondering her feelings. Was it attraction to Bryn or projection of lost maternal love? Upon their return, Elena seemed renewed. We talked. Bryn loves me, but she cares for you as a friend. Samantha nodded, relieved yet aching. But secrets deeper awaited. Sorting Grandma's estate papers, she found a birth certificate, her own. Father's name, unknown. Mother's Elena. But a notation. Adoption finalized. What is this? She confronted Elena. Elena paled. Sammy, I wasn't ready when you were born. I gave you up briefly but took you back. Grandma helped. That's not all, Samantha pressed. Tears fell. Your biological mother. It's not me. The room spun. Who? Elena glanced at Bryn, who stepped forward. Me. The revelation hit Samantha like a freight train barreling through the quiet living room, shattering the fragile peace they'd built. You, she whispered, staring at Bryn, whose green eyes, now so familiar, held a storm of emotions. Elena sank onto the couch, burying her face in her hands, as the weight of 15 years of hidden truths crashed down. Bryn nodded slowly, her voice steady but laced with pain. I was young, Sammy, barely 20. Elena and we were college roommates, best friends. One night, after too much wine and confusion, things happened. I got pregnant. But in our small Midwest town, it was scandalous. No one could know. Samantha's mind reeled, piecing together fragments. So you gave me to Elena. It was her idea, Bryn continued. She'd always wanted a child. I wasn't ready, scared, ashamed. Elena married your father briefly to cover it up. But he left when he suspected. Then, when you were 17, Elena realized her feelings for women, for me, ironically. Grandma found out about our past and flipped. Threatened to expose everything if Elena didn't leave you with her and disappear. Elena looked up, eyes red. I thought protecting you meant hiding the truth. Bryn and I reconnected years later, after I'd left. We built this life, but the guilt. It ate at us. Betrayal surged through Samantha like venom. You both lied. My whole life a fabrication. She stormed out, the door slamming behind her, echoing through the brownstone. Wandering Brooklyn's streets, rain mixing with tears, Samantha felt unmoored. Who was she? Not Elena's daughter biologically, but raised by her until abandonment. Bryn her real mother, now her mother's lover. The irony twisted like a knife. She ended up at a cozy lesbian bar in Park Slope, nursing a whiskey. Women laughed around her, Couples dancing to soft indie tunes. A kind bartender, sensing her turmoil, slid over a napkin. Rough night. You have no idea, Samantha muttered. Back home late, she avoided them, locking herself in her room. Sleep brought nightmares. Grandma's judgmental stare, Elena's tearful goodbye. Bryn's embrace turning cold. Morning dawned bright, mocking her mood. Bryn knocked gently. Can we talk? Reluctantly, Samantha opened the door. Bryn held a photo album. These are from before. Us in college. Flipping through, Samantha saw young Elena and Bryn. Arms linked, smiles radiant. You loved each other even then? Bryn sighed. Subconsciously, yes. But society. It wasn't accepting. I ran from my feelings from you. Why not tell me sooner? Samantha demanded. Fear, Bryn admitted. Of rejection. Elena raised you those first years. She's your mom in every way that counts. Elena joined them, tentative. We wanted to tell you. But after Grandma died, it felt like the right time. Gently. Gently. Samantha scoffed. This is a bomb. Days turned tense, conversations halting. Samantha threw herself into work, designing logos from the local library. But Bryn persisted, leaving notes, cooking favorite meals. I want to know you, one note read. As your mother, as your friend. Softening crept in. A walk in the botanic gardens, cherry blossoms falling like confetti. Bryn shared stories. Her teaching passion, books that saved her. Proust said remembrance is the secret of redemption. Samantha pondered. Can we redeem this? Bryn's hand squeezed hers. If we try. Elena watched warily, her love for Bryn tested. One night over dinner, jealousy boiled. You're spending more time with her than me, she accused Bryn. It's not like that, Bryn protested. Isn't it? Elena shot back. I see the way you look at her. Samantha intervened. Stop. This isn't a competition. You're both my mothers. The word hung awkward yet true. Laughter broke the tension, nervous at first, then genuine. What a mess, Elena said, wiping tears. But our mess, Bryn added. Healing began slowly. Samantha explored her identity, attending a local LGBTQ meetup with Bryn. There, amid stories of resilience, she felt a spark. Attraction to a woman named Alex, an artist with fiery red hair. They exchanged numbers, a tentative step. But shadows lingered. Sorting more papers, Samantha found a letter from Grandma to Elena. Bryn's the devil who ruined you. Keep her away or I'll tell Samantha everything. Make sure she hates you both. Fury reignited. She manipulated you, Samantha yelled, showing them. Elena nodded sadly. She thought she was protecting you from sin. But it was her fear. Bryn hugged Elena. We survived despite her. That night, Samantha confessed to Bryn alone. I felt something for you, more than familial. Was it real? Bryn smiled gently. Projection, maybe. You're finding your path. Relief washed over. Thank you for being honest now. As weeks passed, bonds strengthened. Samantha dated Alex, sharing laughs over coffee. Elena and Bryn renewed vows in a quiet ceremony, Samantha as witness. Yet climax loomed. A call from a lawyer. Grandma's will contested by a distant relative, claiming undue influence. She left everything to you, Samantha, he said. But they allege Elena coerced. The trial in Manhattan courthouse brought drama. Testimonies unveiling Grandma's bigotry, letters as evidence. Samantha testified. She loved me, but her hate blinded her. In the end, the will stood. Victory bittersweet. With the legal storm behind them, the trio emerged stronger, like trees rooted deeper after a hurricane. Samantha decided to stay in New York longer, renting a small apartment in Williamsburg to give space while nurturing connections. I need roots here, she told Elena and Bryn over brunch at a sunlit cafe. With you both. Elena beamed, squeezing her hand. We're family, unconventional but real. Bryn nodded, her eyes shining. And we're proud. Life settled into a rhythm. Samantha's design business flourished with East Coast clients. She collaborated with Alex on a mural project, their relationship blooming into something tender. Walks hand in hand through the village, kisses under streetlights. Samantha felt alive, authentic. But echoes of betrayal surfaced. One evening, poring over old journals Bryn shared, Samantha read entries from her birth year. I love this child but fear what the world will say. Elena promises to raise her as her own. Why didn't you fight for me? Samantha asked, voice soft. Bryn sighed. Youth. Cowardice. I regret it every day. Forgiveness wasn't instant, but conversations bridged gaps. Elena opened up about her depression post-departure. I hit rock bottom in Chicago waitressing alone. Finding Bryn again saved me. Samantha empathized. I was angry at Grandma too. She filled my head with stories of your selfishness. She meant well in her twisted way, Elena said. But love shouldn't conditional. Humanity shone through small acts. Bryn teaching Samantha to cook Texan chili, Elena sharing childhood tales. Laughter filled the brownstone, mending cracks. Yet conflict resurfaced. Alex, sensing Samantha's divided attention, questioned, You're always with them. Is there space for us? Samantha reassured, but doubt crept. A double date. Alex meeting Elena and Bryn turned awkward. Bryn's charisma overshadowed, Alex feeling sidelined. She's your mom, but it's weird, Alex confided later. Samantha defended. It's complicated, but they're my world. The strain peaked during a weekend getaway to the Hamptons. Ocean waves crashing, bonfires crackling. Elena and Bryn shared loving glances, while Samantha and Alex argued. You need to choose past or future, Alex said. Tears fell. Why can't I have both? Alex left early, relationship fracturing. Samantha wandered the beach alone. Shells crunching underfoot. Bryn found her. Love hurts, but it's worth it. Is it? Samantha challenged. Look at us, tangled in pain. Bryn hugged her. But also joy. Don't give up on Alex. Inspired, Samantha called Alex, apologizing. Let's work through it. Reconciliation followed, counseling sessions for all unpacking traumas. Elena admitted jealousy. Seeing you bond with Bryn. It scared me. Bryn confessed. I feel like I missed your life. Now I overcompensate. Samantha shared. I love you both. Let's build forward. Climax built during Pride Month. They marched together in the parade, flags waving, crowds cheering. Samantha, arm linked with Alex, felt empowered. But a chance encounter. An old friend of Grandma's spitting venom. Your family's an abomination. Rage flared. Samantha stood tall. Love is love. Get over it. The confrontation empowered her, closing old wounds. As summer faded, Samantha reflected on growth. This reunion shattered me, she told Elena and Bryn over wine. But it rebuilt me stronger. Elena teared up. I'm sorry for the pain. Don't be, Samantha said. It led to truth. Bryn raised a glass. To family, chosen in blood. Emotions deepened. Samantha's romance with Alex steadied. Plans for cohabitation whispered. Elena and Bryn traveled to Europe, renewing their bond. But a final twist. A letter from Grandma's safe deposit box, addressed to Samantha. My dear girl, if you're reading this, know I loved you. But I was wrong about Elena and Bryn. Forgive an old fool. Tears flowed, catharsis. She knew, Samantha whispered. Elena nodded. In her way. Humanistic threads wove through. Acceptance, resilience. Samantha volunteered at the same support group, helping others navigate identity. One crisp fall day, walking arm in arm with Elena and Bryn, Samantha felt peace. We've come far. Bryn smiled. And farther to go. As winter blanketed New York in snow, the family's newfound harmony faced its ultimate test. Not from external forces, but from within. Samantha's relationship with Alex deepened, culminating in a proposal over a candlelit dinner in a cozy Italian spot. Will you marry me? Alex asked, ring glinting. Samantha's yes echoed with joy, but shadows of the past lingered. Planning the wedding brought logistics and emotions to the forefront. Who walks me down the aisle? She pondered aloud during a family meeting. Elena and Bryn exchanged glances. Both of us. Bryn suggested. The idea warmed Samantha. Perfect. Invitations went out, including to distant relatives who'd shunned Elena years ago. Responses varied, some accepting, others silent. One cousin replied harshly, "Can't support this lifestyle." Samantha crumpled the note. Echoes of Grandma. But support poured in from friends, colleagues. The wedding venue, a charming rooftop in Brooklyn, overlooked the skyline, symbolizing new heights. Pre-wedding jitters hit. Elena confessed doubts. Am I worthy to be there? After everything. Samantha hugged her. You're my mom. Always. Bryn shared. I'm nervous too. First time as mother of the bride. Laughter eased tensions. Bachelorette parties, dress fittings, moments of pure bliss. The day arrived, crisp and bright. Samantha in white lace, Alex in a tailored suit. Elena and Bryn, arm in arm with her, walked the aisle. Vows exchanged. Through storms and sun, I choose you. Reception buzzed, toasts, dances. Elena pulled Samantha aside. I'm proud. You've taught me forgiveness. Bryn added. And love's infinite forms. As night fell, stars twinkling, Samantha reflected on the journey. 15 years of separation, a shocking truth. Bryn her biological mother. Elena her nurturer. Their love defying norms. Betrayals healed through dialogue. Conflicts resolved with empathy. In the end, it wasn't a fairy tale but something realer. A humanistic tapestry of flaws and redemption. Families aren't perfect. They're forged in fire, emerging resilient. Years later, Samantha and Alex adopted a child, naming her Hope. Elena and Bryn doted as grandmothers, their home filled with laughter. The shocking family truth became a story of triumph, whispered to inspire. Love in all its forms prevailed.